I will tell you exactly what happened, and you'll never hear it from me a second time because it's actually too painful to tell.
Former President Trump recalls the assassination attempt on his life while accepting the Republican presidential nomination. And developing this morning, a major tech outage is causing problems for airlines and businesses around the world. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Friday, July 19th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. We will have the latest on the massive IT outage affecting airlines and businesses across the world this morning. But first, the Republican National Convention wrapped last night in Milwaukee, where former President Donald Trump formally accepted the party's nomination.
I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for President of the United States. Thank you.
Just days after being injured during an assassination attempt at his rally in Pennsylvania, Trump, wearing a bandage over his right ear, recounted the shooting. Trump saying this would be the only time he would tell the story because it's painful to tell.
When I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear, I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground.
Trump thanking the Secret Service for jumping into action and for taking out the shooter.
I'm not supposed to be here tonight. Not supposed to be here. No. Thank you. But I'm not. And I'll tell you, I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God.
The former president reflecting on the life of former fire chief Corey Comparator, the rally-goer who was shot and killed in Saturday's shooting, calling him an unbelievable person. Trump, at one point, walking over and kissing Comparator's firefighter uniform that was brought on stage. Though Trump spent the first part of his 93-minute speech recalling the deadly shooting, the remainder of it focused on his first term in office and his plans for a second one. Policies including the largest deportation operation in American history and his no tax on tips proposal. The former president criticizing the last 4 years under the Biden administration, months after becoming the first former president to be convicted of felony crimes, reiterating his stance that the Democratic Party is weaponizing the justice system and only mentioning President Biden's name once in his speech.
If you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have done the damage that Biden has done. Only going to use the term once. Biden. I'm not going to use the name anymore, just one time. The damage that he's done to this country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable. Together we will restore vision, strength, competence, and we're going to have a thing called common sense making most of our decisions, actually. It's all common sense.
After all the critiques, Trump ended his address with a message of unity.
But as long as our energies are spent fighting each other, our destiny will remain out of reach, and that's not acceptable. We must instead take that energy and use it to realize our country's true potential and write our own thrilling chapter of the American story. We can do it together. We will unite. We are going to come together, and success will bring us together.
And now to a major tech outage that has disrupted air travel and businesses all over the world. Reports saying an update from a global cybersecurity firm, CrowdStrike, affected companies using Microsoft Windows. American, Delta, and United are among the airlines that grounded flights this morning. Air travel across the globe is being hit. Airports in Tokyo, Amsterdam, and Berlin all reporting issues with their systems. Technical issues in Britain are impacting TV networks, the London Stock Exchange, and train services. In Australia, outages are being reported at banks, media outlets, and telecommunication companies. The government there also pointing to an issue with CrowdStrike. The company is sending an alert to its customers, saying its Falcon sensor software is causing Microsoft Windows to crash, resulting in users seeing what is commonly referred to as the blue screen of death. Microsoft says it is taking mitigation actions to resolve the issue. As President Joe Biden self-isolates in Delaware with COVID, another senator has joined the ranks of Democrats calling for him to drop out of the 2024 race. Montana's Jon Tester released a statement calling for Biden to bow out on Thursday, saying while he appreciates Biden's commitment to public service and the country, he believes Biden should not seek re-election. Tester is only the second Democratic senator to call on Biden to leave the race, following Vermont's Peter Welch earlier this week. And shortly after Tester's statement came out, California Congressman Jim Costa also called on the president to step aside, the 20th House Democrat to do so. This also comes as reports say former President Barack Obama recently told allies he thinks Biden needs to seriously reconsider staying in the race. A federal appeals court has blocked the Biden administration from following through with its new student debt relief plan that would have lowered monthly payments for millions of borrowers. 7 Republican-led states asking the court to put parts of the debt relief plan that hadn't already been blocked by a lower court judge on hold. The education secretary saying borrowers enrolled in the SAVE plan, the subject of the ruling, will be placed into interest-free forbearance while the case works its way through the legal system. The ruling came down on the same day the Biden administration announced another round of student loan forgiveness, more than $1 billion in relief for 35,000 borrowers through a separate repayment plan, the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. University of Florida President Ben Sasse announced late Thursday he will be resigning to take care of his family. The former Nebraska senator took over as the school's president in February of 2023, vacating his Senate seat in the process. He says he's stepping down as university president after his wife was diagnosed with epilepsy. His resignation takes effect in less than 2 weeks on July 31st. Finally, this morning, Netflix is phasing out its cheapest ad-free subscription plan. The company quit offering what was known as the basic plan for new subscribers last July, but allowed customers who already had it to remain on the tier, as long as they didn't cancel or change plans. Now, they'll have to choose a new plan. Netflix's cheapest plan will now be the $6.99 monthly subscription with ads. If you don't want to deal with those pesky ads, it'll cost you $15.49 for the standard HD plan and $22.99 for the Ultra HD plan. The changes come as the company is seeking an uptick in subscribers and a $2.15 billion profit from April to June of this year. And before we leave you today, we want to share with you what's to come next week here on the Morning Rundown. With 1 week to go until the opening ceremonies of the Paris Olympics, we'll be taking a closer look at a few of our Team USA athletes and their sports, some you may not be too familiar with yet. It's all part of our week-long series called Racing Toward Paris, and it begins Monday right here on the Morning Rundown. Thank you for watching. We'll see you back here on Monday. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great weekend.